What's the word? It's your boy Kilo G, and it's about to pop off. We got another episode of Principles of Prosperity in the building. And I just want to know, do you know what it takes to go from surviving to thriving? Like, do you know what it takes to go from borrowing to the lender? Like, do you know what it takes to go from not living to living? Like, I'm aware of, like, it's obstacles to get to these places. It's a transition to go from surviving to thriving. It's a mindset too. It's a transition. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you have to consistently one day put a good step into your routine and get to. You got to be able to know how to identify when it's time to let go of the streets. The streets is like surviving to me, and there's a time where something drastic can happen to your life. It's called a paradigm shift where it puts you in a situation where it forces you to level up. When you go through negative stuff in your life, use that to force you to level up. Let that put you in a place where you can thrive. Don't settle for less. Go into a place where you can thrive and you can level up. You got to be able to know, though. You got to be able to recognize and acknowledge when you're in the time when it's time for you to transition to something different. Like transition in life is like when you're in eighth grade going to ninth grade. That's a transition. When you're in 12th grade going to college, that's a transition. And there's other different transitions that people should be aware of, self-awareness and be aware of in life. Like, okay, I went to too much clubs. I think it's time for me to transition into adulthood. And that's this focus. That's what the focus you should be on. You should be able to identify. You're not going to lose yourself when you let go of certain things, like foolish pride and foolish ego. You got to let that go because that only gets people killed. Foolish pride and foolish ego only gets people killed. It's not something that's doing anything good or justice for our people. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to identify your transition, let go of your foolish pride, let go of your ego, let go of the things that you know is holding you back. Like, you don't got to that's not your hood. You don't own nothing on that block or in them projects. You don't own that property. That's not yours. Hustle up, buy some land, and die about that land that you bought. You feel me? Create that passive income, start that business, and die about that business that you bought. But let's learn how to transition. You don't look stupid when you're transitioning from a street dude to a hardworking man or a hardworking family man. No, you don't look stupid. You actually are doing what you're supposed to do. You look stupid when you're stuck on dumb shit in and out of situations that's retarded. No, that's stupid. And you're 35 or 30 or 20, 25, however age, it looks stupid and foolish, period. Especially when you have responsibilities, you know what I mean? But in order to transition properly, you got to be able to use your family, your friends, and the people around you, or any life in general, to marry you to you the things that you need to change. Nobody's perfect. We all need things that we need to work on. We all need to provide a little bit of discipline, a little bit of focus and concentration to some things that we need to change. We just got to watch out what we're focusing on and what we concentrated on. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got it. Nobody's better than nobody. I don't want nobody to feel like they're better than anybody. You know what I mean? Be vulnerable with your emotions. Create a safe place. You're a man. If you're a man, go create a safe place. You got something that you need to get off your chest, go create a safe place as a man. As a man, you should be able to create safe places so that you can be able to be vulnerable, and so that it can push you to being vulnerable. Does not hurt you. It pushes you to where you need to be. It pushes you to where you need to be so that you can be the successful man that you need to be. You want to be able to you want to be a man that's looking for God's purpose for your life. You know what I mean? That's why you have to pray up and find your own meaning for your God. You feel me? You got to look up and be disciplined and take that routine, build that habit up, and put yourself in a position where you're following your laws that the God made for you. You feel me? We want to go from jailbirds to career builders. You feel me? Build a career. Focus on trade. Everybody want to be a rapper or do the music. You could do both. Secure the bag. That's the main thing. Secure the bag. Breaking generational curses. Building generational wealth. I don't even understand how dudes can glorify the streets. You're not soft if you glorify your family as much as you glorify the streets. Like, rep your son as much as you rep that street. Die for your son, but you're gonna be able to live for him because he's not gonna put you in harm's way. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to manipulate yourself into thinking that you're doing the right thing when you're really not. And that's how the streets really is. You might think you're fighting for a cause, like, oh yeah, I'm a family man, but you really just threw all that away and you have kids. Like, I couldn't picture myself doing it anymore. Like, especially seeing a son that loves me, I can't picture myself throwing away my freedom or throwing away, putting myself in crazy situations when I know I can move way smarter than that. You know what I mean? Like, niggas could do it. We could break generational curses. We could break poverty. We could break addiction. We could break violence. We could break all these things that's harming us as black people, fucking our community up. There's so many different ways that we could do it. You know what I mean? We gotta be a manhood gang. Like, like fatherhood. And the fatherhood is not somebody that just take care of his kids. A father is somebody that take care of everybody. Fat her with knowledge. So we're trying to fat her with knowledge and fat the nation with knowledge, our people with knowledge. So we're the father to our family, father to ourselves, to the inner child in ourselves, father to our family, and a father to the community. That's the goal here. We want to transition. There's nothing wrong with transitioning from a street dude to a hardworking family man. Don't let the hype fool you. Don't let the internet can fool you. Don't let the likes and the comments fool you. There's nothing wrong with transitioning from a street dude to a hardworking family man for your family. You got to be able to create a plan of something that's going to be longevity for your family. You got to know that when you give up that street shit, it's not messing up your image. You are still the same person that will fuck somebody up. You gotta know that you are still the same person that would smack somebody if they disrespect you. But this time, they're just gonna, anybody that disrespect the family, anybody that disrespect the values and principles and morals or the traditions that you're trying to set with your family. That's when you gotta know what you gotta do. You know what I mean? We wanna break poverty. We wanna create our own traditions. We wanna be able to survive, providing for our families and for our communities, not just for ourselves. We want to be positive role models. Like, I'm tired of living regular. Let's be a positive role model for the like, and let's make an action. I call you in. Come on in. Let's let's make a pact. Let's make a pact. Let's put this together. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's put this together. One hand wash the other, both to wash their face. Let's both come in here and work together. Teamwork makes a dream work. Let's express our ideas. Let's see how we could turn into independence to interdependence. Interdependence is when we work together. First you're dependent, then you're independent, and then it's interdependence. So we got to be able to find a way that we could work together and be creative in that same field. You know what I mean? And I want you right there to know that you can do it. I believe in you. I'm Kilo G. I'm not Mike D's, and I believe in you. I know that you can do it. I'm not hating on no man. I know that every man that put their mind to anything they want to do, they could do that shit, and I believe in you. So just remember, the transition is a journey. It's not a destination, fellas. It's a journey, it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. You find beauty in the journey and the growth, but you have to make that one step first. It's a transition. The transition is a journey, it's not a destination. One step at a time. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So one step at a time begins your journey. The transition is a journey. It's not a destination. Don't overwhelm yourself thinking that you're going to figure it out by tomorrow. You got to take one step at a time. But after you take 20 steps, you look back at those 20 steps, you're going to be feeling better about yourself. You're going to feel more confidence. You're going to love yourself even more. Like, yo, I took 20 steps when the day before that I couldn't even take no steps. You got to show appreciation to your progress. So work hard. Know what you have to do as a man, as a woman. You got to know what you have to do. Work hard, be disciplined when you can't be motivated. You know what I mean? Work hard and remember, the transition is a journey. It's not a destination. So you're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to feel like you want to quit. And that's the best thing, because after you feel like you want to quit, you're going to feel like you could do it forever. So those days that you felt like you wanted to quit, we won't even remember those. So just remember that it's a journey and not a destination, and we're gonna get there. Peace, love, principles of prosperity, and it just popped off.